Hello YouTube and welcome to the second part of the Unarmed Naked Challenge. We try to beat the game like last time. I already did an introduction for Twitch, so they hear it the second time. We have now a death counter above the quest log. Yeah, we just try to do some quests. We don't listen to anything. We don't care. It's just the challenge. Just do it for the challenge. Nothing more. So yeah, I don't think we can try the world bosses. I think it is easier now than later because our damage will probably be lower and higher level because we lose. We don't have scaling. The unarmed does not scale very good, very well. So yeah, we tried the last time. I think it was last week. The last one. Was it last week or was it now 2 weeks? I don't know. I have to check it. For everyone who doesn't already watch the first part, the first part is online on YouTube. Full one. No edits, just the raw version of it.
The guild has need of you, comrade.
But yeah. Can check all the fancy fails and stuff. So if you need a recap on the rules or stuff, it's also part of the first one. But we can recap if we want. But I don't think it's so complicated. We just don't use any gear, we don't use any skills, no passive, no active, no anything. Oh boy, we're done. We are allowed to use buff boot. And we are allowed to use potions to give us more survivability. Sadly we can't use any poison. That's pretty unfortunate. Maybe we can do a dungeon. But maybe not today. I don't know if someone comes up and asks about someone wanted to do some random daily dungeon. And we follow along.
Thank you.
What a pain. I mean, the DPS we have under my lovely webcam picture. We have a damage meter opposing, for showing off how awesome we are. So we are now at around about 2.5k. So 2000, it says now 2450. Yeah, that's not much. And probably it won't go that high. I mean, 3.3, 3.4. Yeah. But we don't do it for the damage, we do it for the fun. Listen, half an eye on the chat. If it takes too long later, I've talked about it in the first stream and video. If it takes too long, it is too tedious to kill anything, we start to use skills. The one reason we choose the Arcanist is the Arcanist has high damage and has good survivability. Hopefully we can use this survivability and damage output later. If not, we try to stay as long as possible without skills and gear and stuff. If it gets too painful,
The captain?
we start to use skills. The challenge is failed as soon as we use gear. Not for testing and training purpose. Like the last time. We used weapons and different weapons, one-handed, two-handed.
Good luck.
Burning up.
Oh yeah, no gear.
Then do it quick. Most with
No fancy sets. Only fists. I mean, we can improve our damage by a couple of things. We can increase our stamina, because stamina increases weapon damage. You wonder what Tomb Bearer inspiration? Maybe glowing hands. Oh, a chest. A chest full of items we can't use. But yeah, we can try it. I mean, Tomb Bearer inspiration is fairly late. Yeah. 30 and Herald of the Tomb. Well, good thing is, the higher our level is, the more XP we get, because it scales. So it is maybe a bit faster later in the game, in the run. If we can call it a run. But yeah. I have some other challenges also. One I do on my own during my private playtime. Weapon skills only. I use Red Guard. This. Only weapon skills. I can use normal gear and stuff, but only allowed to use weapon skills. This challenge is pretty fun actually. Bit kind of tricky because I have no idea how to heal with certain weapons, so I have to switch to a second weapon on my backbar, maybe healing stuff or stuff like that, to maybe do some arena stuff or dungeons. But if you have an Arcanist, maybe you can try it. I mean, I have a second Arcanist. I can get rid of my weapon. I have the skill already. We can check it out. Maybe later. I'm not sure how long I will stream today. I think about 3 or 4 hours, maybe. Sea skill trove. It's a bit sad that the Khajiit doesn't get any bonus on unarmed damage. I talked about it the last time we streamed and did the challenge. Such a missed opportunity to make the design choice against unarmed. I mean, just give the Agonian and Khajiit a bit more unarmed damage. It doesn't have to be an awful lot, but to give people the choice to wear to use and wear weapons, or to not use any weapons, would be absolutely amazing for this MMO. I don't think many MMOs out there have an actual unarmed build. So most of the time it's just having fancy, shiny, huge weapons. Okay, Noodle. See you later. Have a good one. And thanks for stopping by. Just keep running the... Oh yeah, where was I? Ah, alright. Other MMOs and unarmed. But most of the time, if I look at all the MMOs I played, it's mostly all the same. We have huge weapons, super shiny, super fancy, super whatever. But no unarmed. I mean, Star Wars The Old Republic has no unarmed. World of Warcraft has no unarmed. As far as I know, no game has unarmed. The only game I know has some kind of unarmed class is Lord of the Rings Online. Lord of the Rings Online has the Brawler, which uses fist weapons. So it's not really unarmed, it's just some kind of monk from D&D. Pretty fun actually. A very good class, very strong. To dodge this one. The damage is super nasty. I have to think about passive skills. That's something I haven't thought about. Passive skills, like crafting stuff. So it would be pretty smart to put points into alchemy to have up-to-date potions. Don't know how you feel about it. Do I say no skills, no passives? Means no... crafting skills either. Ooh, now we... Oh, I think we die. Oh boy. Ah! Ooh, let me in. Oh, crap. No! Yeah. Now we're getting wrecked. And death counter goes up. Does it go up? Where's my death counter? Why aren't you working? It should be working. Well, it should work. Normally it should work. If not, I have to do it on my own. Yeah. I can try to sneak past them. Not fight them. Ah! Problem is, I can't kite them, and two fairly strong enemies. Nah, I can't. Ah. Way shrine. Ah, now it works. Good. Yeah. That's bad. I probably can't beat two of them without anything helpful. I mean, if it's one enemy, I can kite them, drink a potion, block, dodge, and do stuff. But two enemies, tricky. I have to think about it. I have to come up with some kind of solution for it. I mean, the problem isn't the damage we do, the problem is the damage we get. Yeah. Remember, always stay hydrated. Always. Always grab a drink. Every now and then. So yeah, the damage we get is the biggest issue. It's not that we don't make enough damage. It's just we get too much damage. That's the issue. Many naked challenge I've seen so far are no armor, but still use weapons. But that would be too easy. I mean, we can use our level up. I mean, you see here, crit is 10%, spell and weapon damage is 1k. We can increase the stamina to increase the damage. I'm not really sure if I can increase the damage, unarmed damage, with increasing stamina. I know the skill damage goes up. Yeah.
Well, yes, that.
On me a drink?
It could be a problem. Maybe. I mean, our buff food isn't also best.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors! Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game.
What kind of buff food and potions do I have? I have those sip and tincture of health. And I have fish sticks. I can use grilled hare. Tricky. Sticks. Let me sell.
I sense life.
Sell my stuff. I mean, I can decon. Yeah, how do we... Metrikasoki. Greetings. Please don't do any promotion, okay? I don't want any promotions, chat. So, always funny how people come into a stream and just promote stuff instead of being helpful. So, yeah. Okay, so potions. Potions level 10, if I want healing potion. How strong is this healing potion? No idea. Also, I didn't craft it. Okay, so... 8,000. Can I... Does anyone know if I use increase weapon power potion? If it increases my damage for unarmed? Hmm.
Come, do your trading here.
We have to think about it. Really do.
Was it glow dust?
About potions. Moist Cheddar, good morning. Welcome. How are you? I really need to think about using crafting passives.
What are you, a soft robes
Comrade,
mage?
a word.
Move it.
Start playing yesterday and joined the guild. Really enjoying it so far. That's nice to
Did you
hear.
come here for
And
crafting
welcome to the
certification?
guild. Hope everyone
Cloth and
was
leather
welcoming.
cuts? Let me know if you have some time. I can train.
Normally, the guild is pretty welcoming. You never know what's going on with some people. Doing people stuff. You regain crafting material. Everyone was very welcoming. Yeah. That's good to hear.
Let me know if you have some time.
Mostly people are really welcoming at the guild. Really friendly lads. As far as I know. I'm now part of the guild for a few months. 3 months? 4 months? I always have some issues with guilds being either too lazy to do anything, or doing too much, an overwhelming player with everything, with trials
There's
and
only one more.
whatever. This guild is pretty calm and friendly, and you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. A nice pacing for this kind of game, because the game isn't so rushed. You don't have to do certain content to accomplish anything. You can have fun, everything, anything. That's pretty nice, actually.
I have nothing left.
So I don't do anything super fancy.
There is much
I just
more
do
I can teach you. Should call
my writs, starting my writs, and try to figure out if we are allowed to use crafting passives
now the moment of truth.
or not.
Ingredients?
I have said I don't want to use skills, neither active nor passive. But if we get our hands on some fancy, shiny buff food recipes,
I
craft
heard
them,
what you did at the Guard, Traveler. Oriel keep you safe.
it could increase our survivability. And I like survivability. And we can do better potion.
Bring me.
I mean, we
Your
are
command of
allowed
the
to use
craft is
potion,
impressive.
but potions can be pretty bad. Red rye beer, health recovery. Yeah. I don't think we use drinks.
What do you people value? I'm thinking of seeking trading.
Hear
think
ye, card sharps
pretty
and
good.
collectors. Test your wits and courage in a brand new
Food is
card
better.
game.
Increase health. The option to increase stamina would be good. Or Oko Ta.
Your command.
Oh wait, I always forget the third quest. Search. Take this one. Passives. I mean, we have now a death
Lend
counter.
the
We
soul,
died 4
your
times.
Mastery of 3 crafts.
I don't mind dying, but it's fairly early in the game, and if we die so often now, I mean, 2 enemies is pretty hard. Pretty hard. Especially with around, what do we have now? 27k health and no armor. That's the biggest issue. Don't have any armor. Armor is the biggest issue, probably. I think if we can increase our survivability, we can beat more or less everything.
Deconstruct.
I think the style we are now doing is probably the most difficult. As I said, I've seen a few challenges now for the naked, unarmed stuff, and most
You are
unarmed
now-
challenges use armor, and most naked challenges still use weapons.
Don't merely be a visitor to Somerset.
So
Uphold its
combining
justice.
it without being able to use weapons and armor is pretty hard. And we don't use any skills. I don't want to complain. I may sound a bit whiny about it. Challenge I choose. If I don't want to do it anymore, I can just stop it. Or change it. But if I talk about it, maybe I can come up with a solution. That's what I do now. I don't want to level up. I don't think the level up would be wise. I mean, I have to do a lot of alchemy to actually increase the power of potions.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors.
No, I
Test
don't want to
wits
play your
and
stupid
courage
card
in a brand
game.
new card game, Tales of Tribute.
Fuck off.
Move, move, move!
I mean, the card game isn't too bad. I've played it a few rounds. Not against player, because player-based content is always a bit special. I'm not a good PvP player. That's why I always stick with PvE content. Good. Okay. What are we doing with the crafting stuff? Crafting yes, crafting no. Maybe I do some kind of voting for the next part. That would be smart. So some kind of voting on baked potato. And see how people would like, well, how people think about it. Doing or rolling with crafting passives.
So,
I mean,
what do you
they aren't
value?
game
I'm
breaking
thinking
like
of
most
seeking
passives.
trading partners in Volqueston.
Maybe I roll without passives. Start using passive if I still use skills. I want to try something. I want to craft baked potatoes. Not bagged, it's baked. And use it and see if it increases my damage. If so, we have a problem. Because
Lift
I
with the
need
leg.
the help.
I'm told shifting cargo is that. I know. Sure. Mate, let me know if you sell those at market. My cousin
Yes.
could use a set.
Okay, that's 1k. Where are my potato? Potato. It does not increase my spell and weapon damage. Okay. We need something to bother. The mud crab. Let's see. 2.4, 2.4. It looks stronger, does it? I think it seems a bit stronger. Epic mud crab of doom. Crab. Yeah, that's probably an issue. But we need stronger potions. Maybe a crop.
I sense life.
Health and magical recovery. Health. sell my potion. And craft my own now. Level 10. Mountain flower and buckload. And 20 potions. It's a bit slow today, so hope you don't mind the slowness. Is it a word? Is slowness a word? If not, now it is.
Hear ye, card sharps and collectors. Test your wits and courage in a brand new card game.
Still try to figure out how to beat the 2 enemies at the lighthouse. I can't get past them, only if they are already grilled, and they are not. So I have to grill them. The 2 rare enemies are
If you change your mind, I'll be here.
nasty.
Been dipping up.
Sell, sell, sell. No lockpicks. You can always use lockpicks. So insane how ledge domain is increased on low level. I have a Khajiit Nightblade for sieving. She's around level 30 now. And ledge domain is around 12, 14, somewhere around this. And it's such a pain to increase it. I have to sell my whole inventory on a couple of days to increase ledge domain. Such a pain. Like ledge domain. It's one of the worst skills for actually leveling.
Stop pawing at me.
Good. Enough complaining. Now we are doing more quests. Hopefully I don't die so often. So we have new potions, we have buff food. Should be a bit smoother. But it's funny. The reason why I do this challenge
We were a group of all
is everyone playing this game longer says the game is too easy. And the overland content is super easy. You don't need any skills, you don't need anything to beat this game. Or to beat whatever. Enemies, world boss.
Refuse to.
That's probably kind of true if you want a pretty chill experience. But if you are someone... Well, he didn't hit back. She didn't hit back. If you are doing a certain amount of DPS and have a basic understanding how weaving and stuff works, even without extremely good gear, you can do a lot of damage. And with certain classes like Templar or Sorc, your chances of surviving are pretty high. Because they have a lot of skills to help you survive. For example, the sorcerer has the pets. They can heal, they can do damage. You have a very big shield on your Sorc. So Sorc is probably one of the easiest, if not the easiest class to do anything.
Free at last.
If you know what you are doing. If you don't know what you are doing, it's probably pretty hard. So you won't beat dungeons on your own or arena on your own, because the content is still really difficult. For example, Maelstrom Arena or Vattishran Hollow is pretty difficult. And you have to do it a lot of times to remember where enemy are spawning and
Over here! I need help!
how to do certain encounter. So it is difficult, the game is difficult.
You get that gear
If you don't have a lot of CP, maxed golden gear, and play the game like a very hardcore player. And this challenge is exactly some kind of showcase of how difficult this game can be. I mean, every game gets easy or easier over time. For example, one game I played a lot is Star Wars: The Old Republic. I played this game years. I played it during the beta time and the early access before the release, and the game was really difficult. Sometimes you have to over-level like 5 or 10 level just to beat a story boss for your personal class story. And now you have a companion and good gear and level so hard and so quick that the game is practically easy mode, because the difficulty got cranked down so much it's pointless to have any difficulty anymore. Oh boy. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, too many enemies. Oh boy. Ocean, rescue me! Yeah, right. Another one. No, please don't. Oh, I don't want to die.
Burn!
No, I don't want to burn. So yeah, it's really funny how people always complain about the difficult. Oh boy. Always complain about the difficulty without seeing. I need a potion. Ooh, that was close. Without seeing that not everyone is at the same level of skill. So if I play Elder Scrolls Online now for
Any luck?
I don't know, since release, since beta time, always on and off. So I know how classes work and I know how to do DPS. Most of the time I do shitty DPS because I'm lazy to learn rotation and to weave properly. So I'm always stuck at like 60 to 80k DPS, dependent on the class. With a Dragon Knight or Necromancer I do even less, I'm around 20 to 40k. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not enough to make a show off out of it. hey, look at my damage. No. But that's exactly the point. You don't need 130,000 damage per second. You don't need it. If someone comes to you and says, oh no, you can't be part of a trial group or dungeon group because you make not enough damage, nonsense. Damage is king in this game, but that's the most important part, and that's what I always tell people. But it's not. It's nothing you need. You don't need a lot of damage. You don't need 100k plus damage per second. You don't need it. It does make certain encounter easier. Yes, that's true. If you have a group of people with all around 100k, the trial is an absolute breeze of fresh air. But if you don't have it, you won't fail. You just need to learn the encounter. Just need to learn what bosses do and what they don't do. That's all. Learn the mechanics. Don't stand in burning stuff or freezing stuff or whatever. You will probably be absolute fine. But you see it now. We are now. What are we now? Level 13? Yeah, level 13, and we can't beat 2 overland dudes. Those are not even bosses, just some mini boss thingy dude. And we can't beat him without gear. You always have to understand we don't use gear and skills. So no weapons, no armor, no fancy healing staff, skill, beam. So, of course it's hard.
You think you can trifle with the veiled inheritance and live to tell the tale?
Cannonry Falano. Gonna mock you. Hopefully. Well, we have health, so it's probably a bit easier. I mean, we can use companions, but I think companions would be
I must return
too
to my
easy.
squad. Farewell.
But yeah, the discussion about difficulty in Elder Scrolls Online is old and
My
boring. And why do I get advertising? I hate advertising. I hate ads. I'm so sorry for everyone who gets ads. On YouTube and Twitch. I hate ads. So bad. Such a bad design decision. Hope you don't mind. If you can hear me, I don't know if you can hear me through the ad. If not, well, YouTube hears me. So yeah, one quest done. I think we can beat something. I mean, the quests now are fairly easy. Hope. I really want to beat up some boss on my own. Some world boss. But I know I don't have the survivability and damage to do it. I mean, I don't mind if it takes like 20 minutes or more to beat the boss because my damage sucks. But the problem is the survivability. I have no resistance whatsoever, so everything can potentially one-hit me. Don't try it. I will die. 100% sure. I will die.
She said.
But we can do the small little dungeon here. Until maybe the boss is up and we can beat the boss.
Order, madam. You approved
When
Hendil's
Hindil
contract
first
yourself.
proposed this, I had no idea things would get so
Maybe.
bad.
Quickly! This is the last of the salve, sir. I hope it's enough.
We can get more later. Hurry! Yes, just like that. Apply the salve.
Please don't let me die.
She's alive. That's all that matters. Take her to quarantine.
Bam bam ba bam. Collect salloweed. Salloweed. They even do have more health than I do. Damn. I also talked about it. We can do a werewolf run, like without gear on a werewolf. But I think the werewolf also can do a lot of damage. But don't know if it would be a very good experience. Werewolf only challenge run. I mean, you can do everything for a challenge. Everything is challenging if you design it the way to be challenging. Obvious. I once got asked from a guildmate a few years back why I always collect the Mage's Guild books. Because I can buy the skill line fairly easy. And I said, why should I buy the skill line when I can have fun collecting the books? I don't mind running around collecting books. It's most of the fun. It's not like the Psychic Guild, for example. Psychic Guild is absolute pain to do. Because you run around like an absolute maniac and try to find... No. Whew. Okay, let's go. Alibus. and try to find this small little sparkly thingy dots and close them, and the next part is finding the what is it? Staff of Towers to rebuild the staff. Oh, this one is easy. And be gone. Well, nice. Got absolutely blasted. Well, not really blasted because, well, we have some small little kitty paws. Toe beans deluxe. But that's exactly what I talked about. Don't stand in anything dangerous, and it is a bit easier to survive some encounter. That's one. If you know what to interrupt and how to not stand in abilities, you decrease the damage you get by a lot. Doesn't matter if you wear armor or not, wear weapons or not, always the same. Don't stand in damage zones. Not the best way. Aren't here werewolves? That's wrong. No, werewolves was the other dungeon. It's the one in Daggerfall. The dungeon. Next to the city. It's the tree boss right next to it. Some dungeons always look the same. If you have seen one Aliot rune, you have seen them all. Nothing special or fancy. Nothing at all. No fanciness and stuff. Good, but we have done a new dungeon. Small dungeon. It's a small one. But still, we did not die. 4 death on the clock. Check the time. 1 hour and 17. I wanted to stream 3 or 4 hours. Maybe I don't make it so long. We continue probably tomorrow live on Twitch, so everyone who watches the video, just some small advertising for Mora's Whisper stream. Twitch.
Make this batch extra potent, Armour.
It's ready, sir. I put an extra dose in. Here you go.
1,000. Fishy sticks. Fish biscuit.
Thank you.
Some coins. In this small little cabin, you always find some kind of chest. Always. It's either this chest or a thief's trove. If you are around here questing... yeah, fish biscuits! If you are around this city of Fair, Always check this cabin.
You've done what you...
We don't steal. For now. Yeah. Let's see. 2 smaller elite dudes are incoming in the mine. 2 vampire. Or are those both vampire? No, no. One isn't a vampire. His son is a vampire. If you didn't do the quest from the zones, you probably miss a lot of content, a lot of story. I would always do the story and listen to them. Because some stories are really, really good. Bear, for example, is really good. In my opinion, one of the best zones to actually quest without having the luxury of DLC content are the first zones from base game. So Auridon is really good. I really like the quest of the Veiled Heritance. The whole story around it. And I like the the story of Glenumbra. Also a very good quest line with Engulf and this one, and take this one. And probably the best starting zone is Stonefalls because of the lore-rich Dunmer lands. The Dunmer have the best lore. Maybe because of being one of the first Elder Scrolls games where during a time where developer had still time to do fancy quest lines. Fancy lore. I mean, today's quest lines are not always the best. They're not bad, just not the best. My personal favorite is and always will be the Daggerfall Covenant. And my favorite zone is probably Stormhaven, with Wayrest as capital city. And it's pretty easy to tell why it is my favorite zone. First, it's a Daedric lord around there, not commonly used. It's Vermina, Daedric Prince of Nightmares. And Vermina always gets the short end. It's always either the Runes Dagon or Sheogorath, or the more popular ones who always get a fair share of story. And Vermina is always kind of, yeah, you get some small quest and here and there something, but nothing game breaking, nothing really fancy. Know what I mean? Dead. And this quest is really good because of how well done it is. And in the end, oh, I think I died because I jumped down. Maybe I can kite him a bit to regain some life. Health. It's the king. You meet up with the king, like in Daggerfall. Welcome back, monkey. Like in Daggerfall. But he is human. You can understand why he does things the way he does it. Because every other leader of every other faction is either overly heroic or some semi-eternal being like Queen Iran. I like Queen Iran, I really do. But she's so...
Let me in.
I don't know how to
Find you like this.
say it. She's special, kind of. She thinks she's better than everyone else because she's the queen, even though she is pretty calm about it. But it's still some high elf, and she has the same attitude as other high elves. And the Bard King Yoren is the same. I hate him so much because he's, yeah, I'm a Nord, I'm so heroic, and I drink meat, and
The new blood.
it's not the same with High King
Please,
Emmerich.
Father.
High King Emmerich
Let them
is
Fresh
human, you
blood. My
understand
next thrall.
his character, you understand personality. During the quest in Stormhaven, you see what he's afraid of. He's afraid of failing, of letting his people down. He's afraid of not doing enough. And I think we all can kind of understand how he feels and why he does not deserve to be king. And I don't get the same feeling with any other leading person, no matter where I go. It does not mean that those factions are bad. It means just I can't.
Why did
I don't have the
gods
same
curse
sympathy
him?
with other leader.
I won't.
And that's why Stormhaven is one of the best questing zones. Very close is Rivenspire. Rivenspire is also so good. Then Daggerfall. I really like Daggerfall. Daggerfall's really. Good.
Please.
I don't really care about him.
Keeping myself busy here.
I don't think the choice really matters in the end. Because you can either say, well, I have left him in the cave, feel free to do what you want. Or, no, don't do it, you have to be better than this. But in the end, it doesn't matter. You still get your reward. Still get your coins and XP. And you don't see any of them again in the end, so it doesn't matter at all. One sad thing in Elder Scrolls Online is we don't meet some character later the game again. And that's one thing the base game does better than the DLC stuff. Because in the base game, you have certain characters you meet all the time.
We
For
call
example,
upon our
Prince
honored
Naaman,
ancestors to pass
the
on their
brother
memory
of
and
Queen
wisdom.
Irene.
Your ancestors
You
disavow
meet
false
him
one.
from time
The
to
Veiled
time,
Queen
and you
is the
also meet
rightful
him in
heir,
other zones.
And Norian
Well,
shall
queen,
end your
look
reign.
out.
Kind of. And his wife,
Well, that could have gone
Astra,
better.
you also meet her later in Cold Harbor.
It must be. I've no idea. Truly?
That's pretty good, actually. There's one quest in Cold Harbor, like some kind of
Careful, don't
arena
Be
thingy
strong.
where you meet the big evil dudes from all zones, like
My God, keep it.
Astray, Angulf, and what's the third one? What's the third one? What's the Pact one? I usually don't play Pact because I don't like the Pact. So I don't know what big bad evil they have. Maybe some of you knows what the big bad evil dude is. Is it from Riften, the worm cultist dude? Maybe some of you knows it. Not really sure. Well, that would be two worm cultists. Maybe not the best choice. Good! Another sky shard, another skill point. It's probably pretty boring to watch. But if you want more fun out of it, I suggest do this challenge on your own. I mean, I do understand that it's not really fun to make this game harder. Or just not using weapons and crap. Now we have a problem. Yep. Oh boy. Okay. I'm RFK for a few minutes. Give me a moment. Good. Okay. So what's this? That's the problem. Exactly this is the problem. Survivability. Survivability is the only issue we have. We don't have enough health and enough damage to survive this stuff. What's this? That's the problem. And now... Destroy this one. And now... we need to come up with a solution. I mean, the... fish sticks... I have fish sticks. Oh, health increased by 0? Lul. What a bug. I mean, fish sticks... We already have the buff for the fish sticks. So that's not the issue. We need more health. I think one problem with this one is it's the ranged character. And you can't kite ranged dudes pretty good. Pushen. You see the damage they do? It's insane. Yeah. I get... Maybe we can do it. Dodge. Dodge. Can't dodge. Dodge. Ooh, that was close.
You did it! Now I must perform the ritual. May the spirit of our ancestors bless us and guide us. May we honor their memories with our actions.
Good substitute.
The ancients bless you for your prayers.
But yeah, we can do it. But yeah, I have to figure out how to get more survivability. Because one rule is also you don't use buff food made by another character. So I can use potions, the crown potions, and I can use crown buff food with health and stamina and magical. But I don't want to because it will probably be a bit too easy. I mean, everything I mess up during this challenge I can use for the next one. So if this challenge is kind of, oh, I don't want to use this, I don't want to use skill points, I don't want to use bloop, I can use this knowledge for another challenge. So maybe I can use certain buff, maybe I can use some skills. Maybe we can come up with different stuff. I mean, we don't have to make it harder than it should be.
May the ancestors bless you.
Let's see. I don't want to complain the whole challenge. It is hard. It is supposed to be hard. It should be hard. But I always say, if it comes to difficulty, I have no problem with challenge, and I have no problem with stuff being difficult or hard, but it shouldn't be unfair.
May the ancients guide you through your days.
A good difficulty thing is, for example, Dark Souls or Elden Ring or Demon Souls, or just pick one. Those games are difficult. You have to learn rotations, you have to learn patterns, you have to learn stuff, collect more souls to increase your level, to make stuff easier. But you can overcome it. That's a good difficulty. Or a good version of stuff being hard and difficult.
The ritual is complete.
A bad version of difficult is, for example, the difficulty slider in most Bethesda games. That's not Bethesda bashing, but let's be honest. If you increase the difficulty of, let's say, Skyrim from normal to master, everything that what gets harder is just plain and simple. You make less damage and get more damage. So every rank from the difficulty lowers your damage by 25% and increases the damage from enemies by 25%. So that means if we play on normal, it is 100-100. So you do 100% damage and the enemy does 100% damage. And if you change the slider to a lower difficulty, you make more damage. You make 125 on easy and 150 on very easy. And the enemy is the exact same. Like, he makes 100, makes 75 on easy and 50% damage on very easy. So you make more damage and the enemy does less damage. But the same works the other way. Like, if you increase the difficulty to, let's say, from hard to very hard or master,
Let me come with you.
you do 50% damage and the enemy does 150% damage. And on Legendary it's the same. You do 25% damage and the enemy gets, I don't know, 200 or 175. So it's just not balanced. It's just unfair. It's not hard, it's unfair. And that's the difference. Exactly this is the difference between a good and challenging difficulty setting and an absolute shitty one. Exactly this. This small difference. Stuff can be hard, but if you design a difficult slider like this, you make it unfair and not hard.
My sword is thirsty.
So you have to, it's the same with, for example, all those Nuzlocke challenges for Pokemon. It's the same. The game isn't hard. And if you would change the difficulty,
Ambush. Watch yourself.
it just makes the damage scale not correctly. So you come up with some challenges. Some pretty good challenges, actually. It's funny, I can beat up 2 of them. Gladly, Queen Iran helps a lot tanking them. But we can beat normal dudes like no problem.
Have forsaken you.
But we cannot beat an elite enemy because elite is just absolute game breaking. think the easiest one are melee. Because you can kite them.
Don't want
You
to stay
can
down here any longer than we have to.
run around, regain health, and reduce the cooldown of your potion if needed.
People will never name you that queen.
Oh, loot container. Hey. Oh, that's it. Let's go, Iran. But ranged is super difficult because
The veiled queen will lead us.
they you can't outrange them. You can't kite them because they hit you all the time. Quick question: would having a companion, not once you have doing quest, count as cheating for the challenge? It's not really cheating. The companions you have to take along during quests. I can't choose them. I can't say no, I don't want to be with you. I can run through the dungeon and pull everything, and if it's not some timed encounter, I can beat them up, but it's not cheating to use someone like Iran or let's say Razumdar or whoever follows you along. That's what I was saying. Ah, you mean Sharpened Ember. No, it's not really... I mean, if you do the challenge on your own, you can make your own rules. So, it's not something I came up with, and if you don't do it this way, you fail. No. You can always change rules according to your playstyle. For me, I don't want to use follower like Sharp, Amber, Isabel, Miri, because
if I complete the ritual and receive
it would be too easy if they have good equipment and help you with very strong skills, like healing or stuff. But if I have to think about it, it is probably not a bad decision to use someone like Isabel or Miri to heal, because they don't do a lot of damage and they support your survivability. That's probably something you try to say. So it would probably... Oh my god, I have to beat those ghosts. So at some point we have to make the decision. Do we want to use skills? Or do we want to use companions? Maybe I make some kind of
mercy and civility.
Voting on Discord to came up with a solution. I don't mind having a companion later if it gets too hard, and we already died now 4-5 times during the whole run. 3 times alone today because of one boss. We died during this quest here, the Lighthouse Beacon, because there's a marine dude and a snake, and you can't beat them. Both are elite, so not normal, but one stage above. Both of them make extreme high damage, and without having armor or anything else to support your survivability, they wreck you. And I can't get past them to open the door to finish the quest. So I have to beat them, and I kind of want to beat them. So yeah, maybe we use companions. It's not really cheating.
You risked it. Go careful.
I mean, the
There's
core
no
of the challenge is don't use any gear.
One day. Good luck.
You can use skills. We don't have to be that hard. We can use, let's say, Fate Carver, or we can use Runic Spite. We can use Rune Mend to heal. No problem. I did not say we are not allowed to use it. I just want to push my character as far as possible without using any skills, companions and gear. But probably at some point I have to use it. Because if I want to see, let's say, I want to use this challenge to do, for example, the Banished Cells 1, or some world boss, or even the public dungeon, I 100% guaranteed I can't beat a single boss in Tooth Maul Gully. 100%. No chance. On my own? No. I can't beat any world boss on my own. Even with Crown buff food. Because without armor, without resistance, you can't beat them. You can't dodge all the time. And if you have a world boss with summoning or stuff like that, even with a companion, it doesn't matter if it is companion for tanking or healing, even with a companion it's really hard, because your companion has to be really good to survive, because your damage is absolute abysmal. Under normal circumstances, I would make, let's say, 10 or 20k DPS. Under normal circumstances. And a single giant bat wouldn't destroy me like mad. So if we use a companion, we have to make a choice which one, and we have to make it count. Because if we use a bad companion, we get wrecked. So we have to use someone like Isabel, because Isabel is an godlike tank, a really good healer, and does a lot of damage. Even though I like, for example, Ascender more, Ascender can't tank good. He sucks at tanking, but he makes a good amount of damage, and he can also heal quite good. Not the best, but good enough. But we always have the option to just use skills. And now I talked super long about your question, without actually answering, so to answer your question in short, no, it does not count as cheating for this challenge. It would probably be very smart to use companions, because with companions we can compensate the missing equipment and the missing champion points and the missing passive skills.
An accountant's greed is rarely discovered.
Maybe not full, but still a bit. Yeah, probably. Would be probably fairly smart to use
Do all
companions.
soldiers dream of death? Min and Teal's men suffered in death. How can
But
one
I always
live
think
with
about
nothing?
companions like other players. I can also just grab another player.
Min and Teal was a great general once, stripped of her command. What is a general without war?
I mean, no one actually minds if I go around and use friend to support me. Use a potion. Now it gets interesting. Now, well, we have. But you see, now that's the best point. Now we have someone else hitting the enemy, and it gets way quicker.
The sooner
And with a companion,
very
it's the same.
disgraced general overcomes her
You
anger.
just have
How very
another person, kind of person, to support your DPS because you lack DPS and survivability.
The picture of true love.
That's why I
goes to
am always struggling to allow certain stuff to make it easier. But as always,
He loves alchemy.
the target is we enjoy the game and show what is possible and what can we do with certain classes and playstyles. And if we can compensate with companions, oh, why not? I'm pretty sure I have to use at some point skills. We see, if you look at the damage numbers now, we make 1,888 damage. As we started, we were around 2,400. We are now level 14, so in 3 levels we lost around 500 damage. 500.
Marion's soul is mine.
I think we lose around 44 every level up. That's a lot. I mean, we don't have anything that supports our damage. The enemies get harder because they scale with our level. Our damage does not scale.
If Marian dies,
And
he
I
dies.
said it last time and I said it earlier in the stream. It's an absolute bad design decision to not include unarmed damage of any kind.
It's so easy to make Miri unhappy. For a time.
But yeah, I think I don't think we have an all-around solution for it. It's the same. I've talked about passive skills earlier
Marian's passions
for
control
I don't know half an hour.
He'll never turn from me, you know.
I said I don't want to use skills of any kind, no matter active or
Marian
passive
finds
ones.
finds love as a slave.
But if we want to be viable later with good potions, we either have to buy them or craft them on our own. Same with buff food. Buff food is the same. And to stay on top and to compensate for all stuff we are missing, I thought about allowing passive crafting skills. but those are still skills. So do I allow them or not? That's pretty difficult. Because if I say, okay, those are okay, then why aren't others not? If I allow crafting skills, then I have to allow other skills as well. It's tricky.
I'm all he can think about. Delicious.
I think we have to evaluate the rules and exception every time we have some kind of war. So if we can't get past certain enemies, we have to adjust the rules. We have to allow some stuff. The only rule we can't get rid of is wearing equipment of any kind. That's the only fixed rule we can't get rid of. So no weapons and no armor, no jewelry, no enchantment. If we have to use champion points at some point, we have to use them. We can use them. If we have to use companions, okay, let's use them. If we have to use passive and active skills, like Fate Carver and stuff, to get past certain enemies, we have to use them. I don't want to beat normal enemies for an hour just to finish a quest. That's insane. That's not challenging, it's just draining.
No! What's happening is
if you know
mine.
what I mean.
All mine.
It should be challenged, or it should be a challenge, but not draining, not boring. It should be engaging. If I go into a fight, it should be a coin toss. Can I do it?
How cruel.
Or not? And not like I go into a fight and I know I will fail because I can't do enough damage and I get too much damage to actually survive the encounter. So I run around and look for enemies I can actually beat. I'm always for adapting,
Amazing,
said
isn't
Kaerithia.
it?
Yeah,
The
true.
Queen chose a
Always
herald who can
adapt,
barely
always
stand
adjust,
speaking to others.
and see what goes and what has to be eliminated. I think that's the best approach. Make a core for every challenge. Make a core. Make something. Come up with something that's.
Nulatel, the Queen's herald, the most knowledgeable man in the old Merry.
That's a must-have for the challenge. For example, the naked unarmed don't use gear, don't use jewelry, don't use weapons. If you make, let's come up with Mage's Guild only.
Nulatel announced my expulsion
I can
from
use
the Queen's
everything,
inner
but
circle.
every skill has to be Mage's Guild. So that's your core. Everything else is adjustable. For example, I have weapon skills only challenge I play.
Knowing secrets is like slowly freezing to death.
And that's the same. I only use weapon skills. And I have to come up with a solution for the missing healing. So I have to either change my weapon or use a healing staff on my backbone. Because at some point I need healing.
He suffers.
That's just
His mind
some
sits
adjustment I have to make. I talked about it with my wife, I think this morning or yesterday evening, and asked, okay, what do you think? Do I need to change my weapon to, let's say, dual wield, because there are some skills I can use to heal myself? or switch to a different weapon on my back bar, like healing stuff, to counter the missing healing potential from my two-handed weapons. Yeah, you always have to adjust. If you don't have certain skills, certain gear, you have to find something to work around it.
I'd feel warmth again.
It should be fun for you and entertaining for watchers. Watching you beat up a rat for hours isn't. Yeah, exactly.
You're kind.
Exactly.
He
And
fears others, yet you force him
the
from
issue is,
seclusion.
if I
How kind.
don't have fun, and I dislike the challenge of any kind, it will influence my experience and how I react to certain encounter.
Thank you for your help, but sadly you're no longer
Boy, it's a range dude.
prepared for death.
Oh, crap. So you see it now. It's not hard to do some stuff, but it influences my reaction to enemies. So I see someone with a staff in hand or a bow, and I know this will be painful. Yeah, great. Because it's sorry for being silent now in midst of the discussion. Concentrate for this ranged battle. That's the problem. If you come up with a small difficulty increase, small spike, and you get frustrated, it's absolute normal and natural to get frustrated with stuff you can't overcome at first. So you want to be good. You want to beat a challenge. And if you come up with something you can't beat after a few tries, you lose courage. And if I lose courage, it gets wrecked. The challenge falls apart. That's bad. Absolute bad. We have a core, and I stick to the core. And everything else is adjustable. In my opinion. For example, I want to be able to beat Maelstrom Arena without using gear. And I have to adjust it. I have to use skills. Passive, active, no matter what. Good thing is, I also want to increase my DPS later. So maybe we can roll a lot of damage per second later during the run. And to do this, I have to adjust. There's only one option. I have to adjust. Fish sticks, hate ads, yeah.
Ah, Her Majesty.
I think I have to talk about the ads with the stream team. Okay, now you see, we have 1841 damage. So we have now lost again round about 43 damage. 43, 44. So we lose with every level we get around 40 damage. Around. That's a lot. I said it the last time during my stream, and I say it again. Danimax, please make Unarmed viable. Give us some kind of unarmed skill tree. Not a full class, but give us the option to do unarmed damage. We don't need a full class, a monk class. We don't need it. But some kind of skill tree supporting unarmed,
No more
maybe
delays.
with some
Ready the cargo today.
passives
just waiting
to
for the order to
make it
conclude.
viable.
Fine, fine.
It doesn't have to be strong like a weapon, like a two-handed heavy attack build or lightning staff heavy attack build. No. Maybe an antiquity, some kind of gloves of the pugilist, or brawler hand. You know, just some hands that gives you increased damage during unarmed. That would be awesome. I really would like to have an antiquity increasing my unarmed damage. Or yeah, Ring of Kaerithia. Instead of increasing stealth and stuff, increase unarmed damage. Anything. Something. I don't care what it is in the end. But anything to make unarmed combat fun and engaging is so good. I think with the antiquity system, you can really do some good items. I mean, Hands of the Pugilist, for example, the gloves from Skyrim. If you make this one an item you can use, you already can't use more than one antiquity, more than one artifact, and you make those a weapon, for example. And let's say the amount of armor you have increases your damage. Not full, not like you have, let's say, 20,000 armor and that's your damage. But some kind of increasing your damage during unarmed and something that helps make it viable. It would be great.
We'll have to handle this ourselves.
But I don't think it will happen.
Take our friend here. Odindil, rally the
I
troops.
think
Time to drop the
the
veil and show our true strength.
unarmed builds aren't getting a lot of love.
You're awake now, sleep?
I've done an unarmed build for Skyrim, and it works okay in Skyrim. Since we don't have any skill tree, the only skill we have is in the heavy armor skill tree. Okay. Not awesome. And it just counts base armor. So if you increase the armor,
Cannot stop the people and their true queen.
Let's see if we can do it. I'm not afraid of melee fighters. I just have to dodge attacks. Is it me? Or is it the dodge? Oh fuck. Der wollte eine Potion trinken. He wanted to use a potion. Oh, that was very close. Very close. Well, with a companion, on the other hand, it would be easier. But everything would be easier.
Let's take her out quickly. Be done with this place.
Yeah, berry cloth. Ah, frickin' bow. Oh my ass. Yeah, range attacks are an absolute menace, as far as I can tell. Because you can't really evade the attacks. I mean, melee is also pretty difficult, because they always increase kind of range for melee attacks. I mean, not every encounter is hard. Mages are an absolute pain to fight. Especially Frost Mage. Frost is such a pain. It's all those breathing and being annoying. Lie down. I need more damage. I'm absolutely not sure how long we can keep up the damage. With the next level, I think I fall below 1800 hits.
You are under arrest, Canon Reeve, for treason against the
The only
Queen.
queen I serve is
Good
the
thing is
veiled
Razumdar helps.
This is fine, traitor. We could use the exercise.
Look at the damage! One hit from the freaking staff is... What the heck? 2 hits and we are below 80% health. I dodged too early. Oh. I'm so bad at dodging. Yeah, Ras, tank for me. Butt mashing! Try to confuse her. We're able to beat her. Razumdar is the best. Yeah, right.
We are
I like Razumdar.
Raz can't stand the stink of the forge anymore.
And another quest done. Good. That was Mathissen. Still no level up done.
I've little time for talk.
It triggers me so hard. Your level 2 rewards are available. It's absolutely insane. Oh, a dolmen. Let's see if we can help Mr. Dolmen without dying. Well, as I say, I don't mind dying. I don't care if we die or not. But it is annoying if we die versus or against enemies we totally can beat. No, I don't want to pick. We are absolutely not helping. Absolutely not helping. $1,900. That's pretty good, actually. At those points, I always wonder, what do people think if someone comes up helping them, and hitting enemies with fists, doing absolutely no damage.
Weakling, pathetic piece of filth. Leave while yet you can.
If I were someone, I would totally think, what an idiot. You could help, but instead you're just doing absolutely nothing. You're not helping, don't do any damage, contribute absolute not. Well, we have done it all. And yeah. That's so bad. I feel so bad. about not contributing. But hey, it is what it is. That's the best we can do. So, there's another small dungeon. We do this dungeon. And I think after that we call it a day. And maybe we do something different tomorrow to not overwhelm this challenge. I sometimes get the feeling I'm too negative towards this challenge, and people get the feeling I don't have fun. Oh, what have I done? Spiders. Hey! 2 hits for a spider. No, you don't. But this challenge is actually really fun, and it shows what is viable and what is not. Even though I am today fairly negative towards the game, find it difficult to have positive words for something that's actually not good. And it's always funny how people say the game is so easy, you can do it blindfolded. So if the game is really so easy, why not do something about it? Why not use no gear, no armor, no weapons? Every piece of gear you use increases your viability. If you use armor and have the armor passives, it increases your stamina pool. Stamina pool increases your damage, or magicka pool, so you make more damage. If you use a certain set item or a certain set, it increases your damage, or does whatever the item actually does, or the set. So it's not hard to use a set like, let's say, Stormfist. And the hand comes up the ground, grabs the enemy, does an absolute ton of damage. That's not hard. It's not hard to use Reliquien. Even without a weapon, you make a lot of damage. That's what I try to tell people if they come up with, "Oh, the game is so easy." No, it's not. It's not easy. This always depends. It always depends on stuff you use. If you use strong sets and strong weapons, yes, it is easy. If you use a meta build, yes, it is easy. Because you made it easy. People burning through trials and arena looks easy. Yes, because they have the experience and the gear to back it up. It's not easy if you choose to make it harder. Simple. Really simple. For all those who say, ah, you didn't beat the boss there. Yeah, I forgot. I just grabbed the sky shard and walked away. I forgot to beat the boss. And I don't want to run back. It's full of spiders, and spiders are creepy. Don't want to beat spiders with my hands. They're so mushy, squishy. And it's the nasty sound if you punch them. Do you know the sound when you walk across some crisps or very dry cookies? That's the sound it makes when you punch a spider in the face. With your bare hands. Actually, it's kind of funny if you think about it. If you remember the sound of a biscuit, if you step on a biscuit, this crunchy sound, and you now transfer this sound in your head if you punch a spider in the face. It's so funny. I really like the sound. If I go shopping and there are some dry biscuits or crisps or chips, whatever you call them, on the floor, I always have to step on them. I like the sound of those things. I always step on them. Dry leaf makes the same sound. A really dry leaf, not this leaf in the morning, kind of soggy. It has to be dry, super dry. Good. I think we stop for today. And tomorrow, or next time,
I sense the field disperse. I would speak with you.
maybe I splash in some other challenges to stream to keep it fresh, you know? Don't make it a pain to watch. I bet today wasn't really fun to watch.
Now let's see if I can banish
Kind of tired
the
today.
influence from this creature.
And really negative today. So I hope you don't mind. So maybe we can do something different tomorrow.
That should not have happened.
Think about it. But we have a level up. And one thing I want to check is how much damage do we make now? It should be below, yeah. Okay, that's the point I wanted to check. Every level up we lose 44 damage. Raw damage. If we punch someone and we make 1000, if we make a level up we make 965. So every level decreases our damage by 44. That's a lot. That's a lot of damage to lose. And we have now reached level 60. Okay. And we have to come up with a solution for our damage. We need to increase our damage. We need to increase our damage. But that's something we can figure out tomorrow or the next stream, I think. Next time. So yeah, I think we stop here today. Let's call it a day. Yes. Thanks all for stopping by. Thanks Noodle for being the very first subscriber on the channel. Much appreciated. Thank you all for hanging out and listening to my bad mood. Kind of being sour. But yeah, thanks anyway. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good one. And we see you in the next stream. Thanks. Bye bye.